Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm doing something a little different. I am doing a horror DVD haul. I used to be super into buying DVDs the moment a movie hit the shelves, and you know, over time there were less and less movie purchasing options and it's all streaming, and I just stuck with the streaming. But lately my love for DVDs has re-emerged. I'm tired of looking for movies to stream and not finding them, or finding them on a platform I don't have. So I've been slowly accumulating some horror movies from thrift stores, and these are all movies that I really like. There's still a lot I need to purchase and get to that I don't have yet, but I thought I would show you what I have. I have a lot. I think I have a new problem. Okay, I don't even know where to begin. There is no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just going in the order of these DVDs that I have stacked up. First up, I have Stir of Echoes. I love Stir of Echoes. This movie came out around the same time as The Sixth Sense, which I also picked up. And unfortunately for Stir of Echoes, it was kind of pushed under the rug with the hype that The Sixth Sense got. The Sixth Sense blew up. So Stir of Echoes is about a man played by Kevin Bacon. He's a skeptic. He lets his sister-in-law put him under hypnosis, and when she does this, he begins experiencing these horrific paranormal visions. He starts seeing this ghost, and it just changes his life forever. And I love this movie. I think it has some really creepy, unsettling moments, and Kevin Bacon is great. And it makes me sad that it gets overshadowed by The Sixth Sense, which also has a creepy kid. There's a creepy kid in this. Sixth Sense is a classic ghost story with the twist ending that shocked audiences. It's about a little boy who sees dead people, and it's just a must in my collection. I honestly am surprised I didn't have it before, but now I have it. Super stoked to find this, What Lies Beneath. This is a super underrated horror thriller starring Michelle Pfeiffer as a woman who is experiencing paranormal activity in her house, and it also stars Harrison Ford, who's kind of playing against type here. This has one of the most unsettling bathtub scenes in all of history, and I highly recommend you watch this movie. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere because I tried to find it, but I couldn't. So I was like, I need to buy it, and I bought it for $2.99. So then we have The Haunting. This is the remake of The Haunting, and I haven't seen this one in years. I honestly wasn't sure I really wanted to buy it, but I was like, whatever, it's only like $2.99. Might as well. So this centers on a group of people who they're investigating this haunted house and studying it, and stuff goes wrong. You know, it might actually be haunted, and it might have some really cool kills, death scenes involving glasses and eyes. That's the only thing I really remember. Then we have Wicker Park, which is more thriller than horror. I just wanted to show it because I was so excited to find this because I love Josh Hartnett. This is a recent watch for me, and I fell in love. It's just it feels like a noir almost, a noir thriller film where Josh Hartnett is trying to find the love of his life, and he thinks he's spotted her, and it's about missed connections and unrequited love, and it has some really great performances. Then I picked up a copy of It, Chapter 1. I really loved this movie when I saw it in theaters, and I surprisingly didn't own it, so I was like, whatever, this is $1.99, I might as well. I love this one. It is the Stephen King classic about a killer clown named Pennywise who targets little kids, and he preys on your fears, and it's the Losers Club. They all come together to overcome the fears and face Pennywise. Will they do it? Who knows? It might take 2 chapters to tell that story. Then I picked up House of Wax. Recently, I have been seeing some shit talking from people online that this remake isn't good, but I highly disagree. House of Wax is a very good remake. It centers on a group of friends who are traveling to some sporting event or something. It doesn't matter. Their car breaks down and they stumble into this weird ghost town that has a wax museum, and they try to find help and things go wrong. It's so good. It has some creepy stuff, some cool set design, and it's just fun. It's fun. Then we have Vacancy. I love this movie. It's about a couple who are struggling with their marriage. They are traveling from somewhere and they pull over to a roadside motel that likes to create snuff films. That's not good for them. Love this one. Then we have The Descent. Love this one too. It is super claustrophobic. It's about a group of women who go cave diving and they discover that they're not alone down there. And there's a lot of stuff, some turmoil occurring between the ladies, and we get to see that play out too. I love this film. I think it's a perfect, you know, female horror movie, and the side slipcover is in pink. I love it. I love pink. Then I had to get a copy of The Ring. I surprisingly didn't own this, and this is about a woman who is investigating a mysterious videotape that kills all who watch it within 7 days. Love it. Iconic. Need to have it. This is Misery. I picked this up because I just read Misery by Stephen King and I wanted to watch the movie. I saw the movie years ago, so I honestly do not remember anything or how closely it compares to the book, but I know that there are some major differences, like a hobbling scene is different, and I do want to do a video where I'm comparing the book and the movie, so look for that eventually. Then I picked up Crimson Peak, the perfect Valentine's ghost story, I think. I love this movie so much. It took me years to watch it because I had always heard mixed things about it, and I'm glad I finally checked it out because I fell in love. I love the setting, the costumes, just the overall story is so cool and gothic, and it's just great. I love it. I needed to have it. Then I picked up Bug for like $1. I haven't seen this movie in years, but I remember it being super intense. It's from director William Friedkin, who also directed The Exorcist. It's about a couple who have a super toxic relationship that spirals out of control. Then I was super excited to find this one. This is Skeleton Key. This is a story about a woman who is a home care nurse, and she takes a job at a big house in New Orleans for this man who had a stroke and he can't speak, and there's a lot of weird stuff happening. There's a lot of, I guess, I don't want to say too much to spoil it, but you probably know the twist. There's like twists in this, but it's a really interesting ghost story, I would say. It has some shocking moments, and Kate Stewart is great. Then I picked up, this is the Amityville Horror. It's actually a Blu-ray, not a DVD, and this is just a classic, iconic haunted house story. I needed to have it, and it was only $5. So picked up The Changeling, which is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I really was looking for this DVD, so I was happy I found it for like $5. This is a classic ghost story starring George C. Scott. It's about a man who moves into a house after a tragedy in his life, and he discovers it's haunted. He begins to investigate, and he makes some shocking discoveries. Love this movie so much. Such a good slow burn gothic ghost story. Then I picked up The Innkeepers, which is a Thai West ghost story about two people who are working at an inn, and they begin to investigate it for paranormal activity. Love this one. I love the characters in this. It's very slow burn, slow build, and yeah, it was only $4. Next, another one of my favorite horror movies of all time, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I got this for $7.99. Isn't that a bit much, don't you think? I had to have it because I need this in my collection. It is a remake about a group of people who are in the middle of an alien invasion, and these aliens take over the bodies of the people, and they basically they take on everything about them. So there's this group of people who are trying to survive that, and it's just excellent. It has super cool creature effects, special effects designs, and just everybody in this movie is so good. There's so much dread. Love it so much. Then another favorite movie of all time, Rosemary's Baby. This is a classic story about a woman who becomes pregnant and discovers that she is in danger, and the people around her, they have some intentions, sinister intentions for her and her baby. Mia Farrow is excellent. The book is excellent. I love the book too. So this is a perfect adaptation of the book. Love it so much. Then I picked up Tales from the Crypt, Season 2. I wanted Season 1. It wasn't there. I had to pick and choose. Pick Season 2 because it has the episode with Demi Moore, which is the only one I remember from my childhood that scared the crap out of me. I should not have watched it, but let's see how it holds up, if it's still scary to me. Then picked up Monster House, which is a really cute kids Halloween tale about a monster house. Then I picked up Abandoned, which stars my girl Katie Holmes. This movie isn't very good, but I like it. It's about Katie Holmes. She's a student and her boyfriend disappeared, and this cop is investigating, and I think they get it on. I think they have a little, a rendezvous Between the Sheets. This one is just cheesy, sleazy fun. I love it. I love Katie Holmes. I'll watch anything with Katie Holmes. Then we picked up, I picked up Constantine, one of Keanu Reeves' best roles. He plays a guy who is, you know, he's on the path to hell, and he doesn't have that long to live, so he's trying to do good so he can go to heaven. This one is cool. I love Keanu in this. I think he's so funny, and it's just great. And he's said he wants to do more of these, but nobody's interested. What is wrong with movie studios? Then picked up Cry Wolf, which is a teen slasher. I haven't watched this one in years. I got it for like $1. So I remember somewhat liking it, but not thinking it was the best back in the day. It's one of those movies you can just throw on and chill out to. I think there's a killer on this prep school campus, and I don't remember much. I think there's an internet component, but I could be wrong. We'll find out when I watch it. Then I picked up Pan's Labyrinth. I actually have never watched this, but it was only $1.99, and I really have been wanting to watch it, so I bought it because I figure I'm going to like it. Then I picked up Prisoners, which is, I guess, more of a crime thriller. It's excellent. It stars Hugh Jackman as a father who is struggling because his daughter disappeared, and he thinks he knows who's responsible, and he takes matters into his own hands. It's a really intense movie. It has some really surprising dark moments. Then picks up The Tommyknockers, which is a Stephen King miniseries. I haven't watched this in years. I don't remember anything about it, but I remember loving it. I remember there being a song to it, like Tommyknockers knocking at the door, blah blah blah. I don't remember the exact song, but I remember that sticking in my head. I know that who's the actor in it? Jimmy Smits. He's in it. That's all I know. Yeah, I'm on a Stephen King miniseries kick lately. I just realized I don't have it in my pile, but I also picked up Rose Red, which is another Stephen King miniseries. It is basically Stephen King's take on The Haunting of Hill House. This was not based on any of his books, and it's about a group of people who go to this haunted mansion called Rose Red, and they're trying to study if it's paranormal and study their times there. What I love about it is that this house can form into anything. It basically has a mind of its own, and it has some really interesting stuff. The first half of the miniseries is excellent. It kind of falls apart a little in the second half, but I still think it's enjoyable. I love the cast. And yeah, it's fun. I love the Stephen King miniseries. I'm trying to get back into them. Storm of the Century is another one. I'm trying to track that down because I love that one. Then I picked up Diary of the Dead. This is the fourth installment in the Living Dead series. This is essentially a reboot of the Living Dead series from George Romero. It is found footage, and it follows a group of college kids who are making a horror movie when a zombie outbreak happens, and it follows them as they try to get to their destinations and get to safety. Then I picked up Dead Silence, which is a James Wan film. I don't know much about it. I saw it years ago, and I remember not liking it, but so many people have said this movie is underrated and that they really like it. So I saw this at Goodwill for $1.99, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna pick it up, watch it, check it out, and I wouldn't mind having this creepy ass doll in my collection. So then I picked up The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I love this one. I haven't watched it in years, but I can't believe they don't have Jennifer Carpenter's name on the cover. She's literally the entire movie. Jennifer Carpenter is excellent in this. The things she does with her body, and it's just, it seems like she goes through literal hell in this movie, and it's about a young girl who is in college, and she starts experiencing paranormal activity or possession-like activity, and it's also follows the court case that's happening after all of this happened to her. So it's a really excellent, well-told story that is about faith and whether or not you believe in this kind of stuff, and it's just really interesting. It's really good. Then I picked up Freddy vs. Jason, which is a cheesy, sleazy entry in the Freddy and Jason world. It pits the two villains against each other, and it's just stupid good fun. I actually saw this movie with my entire family in theaters when I was a teenager, and I just remember walking out of the theater and my dad going, "Wow, I thought Freddy would win." And then this girl waiting in line to go into the movie, she was like, "Thanks for spoiling it, asshole." And I've never forgotten that moment. I've never forgotten that moment, and this movie holds a special place in my heart. And I picked up It, the miniseries from the 90s. A lot of people talk crap about this one, but it's actually pretty good, I think. for the time, yeah, it's a little outdated. The effects aren't the greatest, but it's still creepy. And the cast, you cannot beat this cast. I think that the cast of this is better than the remake of Chapter 2. Then we picked up The Mist, which is one of the best Stephen King adaptations ever, I think. They changed the ending for the better, and this is centered around a group of people who are trying to survive in a grocery store. Barlow's barking. So this mist, come on, dude! He sounds like that lead singer of Disturbed. Anyway, they are trying to survive. There's a mist, this deadly mist that forms, it envelops the whole freaking world, or so they think. And it's just really good. It has a really disturbing ending. And it says a lot about herd mentality, and I just love it so much. There's so many great performances in this. And the last one I'm going to talk about is Oculus. This is a Mike Flanagan film that I actually enjoyed. It's about two siblings whose parents died tragically, and years later they're trying to find an answer as to why, and the sister believes that a mirror is responsible. So it's about a haunted mirror. This one I remember being super fun, and as Mike Flanagan stuff always is, I remember it being emotional and really connecting with the characters. So I'm really looking forward to rewatching this one, see if I still like it. There you have it. That is my huge ass DVD collection. This was all done within like a very short time. I think I lie to myself and tell myself it's not that bad because they're only like $1, but it adds up. There you have it. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know which movies in this haul are your favorites. If you want to see more stuff like this from me, let me know in the comments. Hit subscribe, that like button, whatever. Do what you gotta do. I'll leave all my social links down below too so we can connect on there and talk about movies. I've been creating a lot of stupid reels and making a fool of myself where I recommend horror movies or horror movie related reel content. So if you're interested in getting more recommendations like that, more horror movie recommendations from me, check me out there. I will catch you next time, guys. Bye.